right, so you guys, there's only 2 cycles you can run on this. There's a cannulated that has these attachments, and non-cannulated, which means you're not using attachments, you're just putting stuff in the bottom and running. And if you select the wrong cycle, the unit will tell you instantly. So you can't run the wrong cycle. Okay. You have your 3 attachments that come with it. This is for the Da Vinci's. You have these 2 soft ports that go right into the ports on the Da Vinci attachment, and these snap onto the side to hold it in. And then you've just got this piece here with the O-ring. It snaps right into the port. It goes in pretty easy. You just push straight in, and then to take it out, you push down on this tab, pops right out. So over time, they'll dry out a little bit. They'll get a little harder. So you can just push down that tab, and they should go in. But if they don't, you can get this O-ring just a little wet, and it should pop right in. Okay, so you pop them in like that, and you don't have to. There's no minimum or maximum of these. You can put 1 in and run a cannulated or every port. Just as long as you have 1 connected, the unit will recognize that you have a cannulated in and run it. Okay. So to run it, all you have your select cannulated or non. You just hit that, and then hit start cycle. This door will shut, and then it'll start. The timer will pop up. 33 minutes. That only runs at certain points. So if you see the clock not running, there's nothing wrong. It's just still running, getting to the point where it needs to start the countdown. Like I said, if you hook it up the wrong way, it'll bring up the screen that says, hey, you've got cannulated connected and you're trying to run a non-cannulated, so you need to disconnect those or abort the cycle and run the right cycle. If it gives an error during the cycle, it'll pop up saying whatever the error is. Write down what that error fault was, and then it'll give a red button kind of like the support, but it'll be a little bit wired. And it says to acknowledge the fault, hold this for 3 seconds, and then it pops up another button you push for like a second, and it'll start the cycle again. Or it'll reset the machine and you'll start. And then once it gets to the end, like if the detergent ran out, it'll give you that alarm. Then you can just refill it and continue the cycle. But once you get to the end, it'll give you a message basically saying these might not be sterile because an alarm happened while the cycle was running, but it still should be. One thing I did not say earlier in the first group, this gets right in this stage, it's not that hot. But at the end of this, it gets 196-degree water, so do not touch this because it will be very hot. So definitely don't put your weight on this because you can break this glass. Other than that, that's pretty much it. It's very, very easy to run. And the lid opens automatically. You don't ever have to worry about opening the lid.
And then with the soap, guys, when you take that out, don't bend it too much. Just take it straight up.
Approach straight up because it's pretty rigid and you can break it trying to bend it.
And then the daily testing on this, there is a screen.
I'll actually abort this real quick. We actually ran a cycle and those are in there right now. It changed them to yellow.
So yeah, so there's like a little screen in there that like a little filter will take out daily and clean. And then there is the little vials, the sauna checks that we do now. We're gonna run 4 in here, 1 on each corner.
The non-cannulated takes about, we weren't sure exactly, but the countdown is 33 minutes, and it takes a little bit longer because you have to wait for it to fill and all that. It takes 33 minutes to complete a cannulated cycle, and non-cannulated is 28 minutes.
Okay. And then how many trays can you fit in here?
You can use your own trays. The capacity is 125 pounds.
Okay.
So you don't want to stack the trays.
Don't stack them.
But you can use whatever trays you have.
Okay.
So, and you can put trays in there, you can attach instruments, so you can put trays in with the cannulated and run them at the same time. You just have to make sure to hit the cannulated cycle.
Okay, perfect.
Just going to go real quick and I'll pop it up and I'll show you. If you have a tray with loose stuff in it and something falls through, the baskets at the bottom are loose, so you have to just kind of get something with a point. So I can put my tools up. We don't have them, but these will lift out. And you can get anything that's underneath it. And then the basket over here is what we're talking about. If
That
anything
little
falls
basket.
and gets caught in there, this can lift out and you can just dump it out.
Yeah.
And then, so I told her about pretty much every time before you run a cycle, just take a peek at that to make sure you don't have like a bunch of paper or anything in there that's clogging that up. And then just move this, and this slides back over, just sits on these tabs. That's it. And here's your sono checks. We ran them earlier, they were green, now they're yellow. It tells us if they're yellow, then you're good to go.
Perfect. All right.
Okay?
Awesome. Thank you so much.
No problem. You guys have